Hello everyone, welcome to Physics online classes for class 11 students. Let us continue chapter 7, System of Particles and Rigid Body. In today's session, we are going to study about center of mass. Equation for center of mass we are going to derive in today's class. And you can remember our first session. In first session, we studied introduction part regarding system of particles and rigid body. In that session, we studied what is system of particle and rigid body, what is center of mass and center of gravity, what are the types of motion of rigid body, that is a translational and rotational motion, what is a point object and extended body. About these terms we studied in the first session. So now we are going to study about center of mass in detail. Let us start the class. So we already know about center of mass. What is a center of mass? Center of mass is a point of an object. If this is object, this point we are going to call it as center of mass. Because at the center, always the complete mass of a body is supposed to be concentrated. Always at the center. So we are going to call the central point as center of mass. So center of mass is a point where entire mass of the system were supposed to be concentrated, and this point like mass has the same type of translational motion as the system. So if you are going to apply external force on this object, the whole object starts to move in a forward direction. So this is called translational motion. The complete object is moving in a straight line. Likewise, the complete mass is concentrated at the center. If this center part is moving, that indicates the complete body is moving. So, we considered this point like mass has same type of translational motion as the system. If a central point is moving, that indicates the whole system, the whole body is moving. So this point is called center of mass. You can observe this diagram. Here we are going to consider XY coordinate. On x-axis, this is origin. On x-axis, I am going to consider two particles. Let us imagine our system contains only how many particles? Two particles. The first particle is having mass m1 and the second particle is having mass m2. So, in reality, the system contains n number of particles, large number of particles, but for study purpose, to understand an expression for center of mass, now I am going to consider the system is having only two particles, and these two particles are having masses m1 and m2, and these two particles are lying on x-axis. Now from the origin to the first particle, the distance, or we can also call it as position vector. The position vector of first particle from the origin is denoted by x1, and the position of second particle from the origin is denoted by x2. What are x1 and x2? x1 and x2 are position vectors of particle, first m1 and second m2. Then I am going to find the center of mass. So geometrically, when we considered center, so that lies between these two particles. So m1 and m2, exactly at the center from m1 and m2 at point C, we can consider center of mass. So this is just like a center of these two particles. For example, this is also having distance 2 centimeter. This is also having distance 2 centimeter. So total distance is how much? 4 centimeter. Exactly at the center means we can take 4 by 2, that is 2 centimeter. Exactly at the center C point, that indicates center of mass, and its position vector is denoted by x from the origin. From the origin, center of mass position vector is x. x1, x2 are position vectors of two particles having masses m1 and m2. So now let us derive an expression for center of mass for two particles of a system. So consider two particles of masses m1 and m2. Let x-axis be the line which is passing through the particles m1 and m2. Thus, m1 is at x1 and m2 is at x2. So this x2 is only up to m2 here. Right? m1 is at x1 and m2 is at x2, and center of mass is denoted by C and its position vector is x. So we know that center of mass of a system, it is a point about which the complete mass is distributed symmetrically on both sides of the center. On both sides of this point C, the mass is symmetrically equally distributed. So we are going to consider the product of mass and distance. The product of mass and distance is the same for all particles with respect to the point C. So from the point C, the product of mass and distance is equally symmetrically distributed. Which one? The product means multiplication. Mass and distance of each particle from the center of mass is equally distributed. That is from point C. So according to this statement, we can write the expression. So product of mass and distance, it is equally distributed on both sides. So first come to the particle m1. So mass of the first particle is m1, product of mass and distance. What is the distance between, let us take it as A and this is B. Now tell me what is the distance between A to C. From O to C distance is x. From O to A distance is x1. Then what is the distance between AC? X, total distance, minus x1, half of the distance. Then we can got AC distance. So m1 into, we can write the distance. Total distance is OC minus OA. Mass and distance are equally or symmetrically, means equal to. Come to the second particle, because on both sides mass and distance are symmetrically distributed. On RHS side we can go for second particle. What is the mass of the second particle? m2. Then distance from C to B or B to C. What is the distance between BC? We don't know, but we can consider the distance O to B. Total distance OB is x2. The distance between O to C is x. Total distance minus half of the distance, that gives BC value. So we can write total distance is x2 minus half of the distance. Or instead of x2, we can write OB minus OC. Now we can write their values. M1 keep as it is. What is the value of OC? O to C, that is x, minus O to A, x1 is equal to M2 keep as it is. O to B, that is x2, minus O to C is x. So this is product of mass and distance is symmetrically distributed on both sides of center of mass. So let us multiply m1. m1x minus m1x1 is equal to m2x2 minus m2x. So we can take x terms on one side. So minus m2x is taken on LHS side. So the equation becomes m1x keep as it is plus m2x is equal to, this minus m1x1 we can take on RHS side. It becomes plus m1x1, remaining is m2x2. On LHS side, which is common? X is common. So remaining is m1 plus m2 is equal to, on RHS side all the terms keep as it is, m1x1 plus m2x2. Therefore, x is equal to, we can write the expression m1x1 plus m2x2 divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the expression for center of mass for two particles of a system. What is x in the diagram? X gives position vector of center of mass. Position vector means distance. Position vector of center of mass x is given by the expression m1 x1 plus m2 x2 divided by m1 plus m2, and remember this is only for two particles. For n number of particles, because we know that the system contains large number of particles, so we can consider n number of particles. For n number of particles, how to write the expression? Let us imagine all n number of particles if they are lying on x-axis. So the expression becomes x is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus m3 x3 plus so on up to how much? N number of particles, so mn xn divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3 so on up to what? Mn. So this is the expression for n number of particles of a system, and this equation 1 that gives the only two particles of a system lying on x-axis, right? Or this expression can also be written as, instead of writing m1 x1, m2 x2 up to mn xn, so in a short, or we can use mathematical symbol summation. X is equal to sigma summation of, instead of writing m1 x1 m2 x2, I am going to write in general as mi xi divided by mi, where I is equal to first particle to nth particle, I equal to 1 to n. Remember, instead of m1 x1 m2 x2 m3 x3 divided by m1 m2 m3 and so on, we can write summation of mi xi divided by mi. So this is what only when the particles are lying on x-axis. Suppose instead of x-axis, if the particles are lying on y-axis, if they're having masses m1 and m2, and if their distances are y1 and y2, then how to write directly the expression? Instead of x, we can take y. If they're lying on z-axis, we can take the term z. Because in a rigid body, the particles are distributed in 3D. 3D means three-dimensional, means in space. The particles are distributed in space. Space is three-dimensional. Three-dimensional means we can consider x, y and z axis. Right? So you can observe here, a rigid body has particles. How they are distributed? They are distributed in three-dimensional. So therefore, we can write y as well as z axis. If they are lying on y axis, so we can write the expression y equal to, directly we can write summation of mi yi divided by mi, where I is equal to 1 to n. If they are lying on z axis, we can write z equal to summation of I equal to 1 to n mi zi divided by mi. When the particles are lying on x-axis, go for equation 1. When the particles are lying on y-axis, go for equation 2. When the particles are lying on z-axis, go for equation 3. So we have to consider all the three equations because the particles are distributed in space. Space means three-dimensional. Three-dimensional means all the three axes we have to consider. Is it clear? So instead of writing x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, so now in general, how to write the equation? Observe here, in general, instead of writing x, y and z, I am going to write the alphabet R. So what is R here? R is position vector of center of mass. What is R? R is position vector of center of mass. Generally, position vector means distance is represented by R. So I am going to write, instead of x, y and z, we can write vector R is equal to summation of mi ri divided by mi, where I equal to 1 to n. So this is the general expression for center of mass of a system, right? So instead of writing x, y, z, we can write R here. Or this expression can also be written as, you can observe here, vector R equal to, we have the expression summation of mi Ri divided by Mi. This is vector. So where I equal to 1 to n. This expression can also be written as summation of Mi. It means what? We can take it as outside. As I am going to write it as summation of I equal to 1 to n. This is only for numerator Mi Ri. Whole divided by this is Mi. Mi means what? Mass of each particle of the system. That means M1 plus M2 plus M3 so on up to what? Mn, right? So instead of writing mass of each particle, we can write a total mass of the system. So we can write vector R equal to this M1 plus M2 plus M3. In place of that, I am going to write total mass of the system. Numerator keep as it is divided by total mass. Let us take it as M. So what is capital M indicates here? Capital M indicates total mass of a system. Right? So therefore the above equation can be written as vector R equal to this 1 by M. Take outside. Remaining is what? Summation of Mi Ri where I is equal to 1 to n. So this is the expression for center of mass. We can modify the equation here. So instead of writing mass of each particle, easily we can measure the total mass of the system. So we can write 1 by m outside, summation of Mi Ri. So this is the expression for center of mass of n number of particles of a system. Yes, now you can observe expression for position coordinate of center of mass of a rigid body. So whatever we have studied till now, so that again here it is repeated. You can observe. Consider a rigid body which is a system of closely packed particle. Yes, this is a system. System contains large number of particles and all the particles are closely packed because it is a solid. The number of particles are so large that means the number of particles are very large. N number of particles. Summation over individual particle is impossible. Means it is very difficult to consider each particle's mass and their distance. So the rigid body is considered as a continuous distribution of mass and it is divided into n element of mass. So it contains extremely large number of particles and it is very difficult to consider mass of each particle because generally we consider rigid body is having continuous distribution of mass. So we can consider as n elements of masses. So the center of mass for a rigid body in space is given by x, y and z. So we can write expression in terms of x, y as well as z. So what is the expression? Summation of I equal to 1 to n. So we can write Mi simply or you can use the symbol delta. Delta means a small change. Both are same here. So delta Mi xi divided by delta Mi or delta Mi you can take outside. You can write the total mass of the system. Similarly for y-axis and similarly for z-axis. So this is expression for position coordinate of a center of mass of a rigid body. Then instead of writing in terms of summation, we go for integration because integration means what? Adding summation. So because rigid body contains n number of extremely large number of particle, so either you can choose summation or we can write the expression in terms of integration. How to write the expression in terms of integration? You can observe here for x-axis 1 by m summation of Mi xi where I equal to 1 to n. Similarly for y-axis, how to write the expression? 1 by m summation of Mi yi where I equal to 1 to n. Similarly for z-axis we can write 1 by m. Remember capital M indicates the total mass of the system. So Mi zi where I equal to 1 to n. So here we considered summation but it contains extremely large number of particles. So it is better to choose integration because integration means it is equal to summation. So how to write expression in terms of integration? Yes, observe here x equal to, we can write 1 by m, take outside. Integration of it is x coordinate, keep x as it is. Mi means what? Mass of each particle. So mass of each particle means it is very small. Let us write dm. Similarly for y-axis, 1 by m keep as it is, integration of y into dm. Similarly for z-axis, z equal to 1 by m keep as it is, integration of z into dm. What is dm? Dm means mass of each particle. Is it clear? Instead of writing mi, we can write dm. So this is what in terms of integration, and it is very easy to calculate because it is in the form of integration, right? Then next point, center of mass of thin rod. You will get one more question here. What is the center of mass of thin rod? If you are going to consider a thin rod, where you can get its center of mass? That is the question. So you can observe, I am going to consider a thin rod. This is a thin rod whose width is much smaller than its length. Compared to length, its width means thickness is very, very small. Taking the origin to be at the geometric center of the rod. So let us consider center of the rod is exactly at the center, geometric center only, center of the rod. On account of reflection symmetry, for every element dm of the rod, means dm means each particle of the rod at x, there is an element of the same mass dm located at minus x. What it indicates? So this is, let us consider this is negative x-axis and this is positive x-axis. So this is the geometric center of the rod denoted by O. O is the geometric center of the rod. If I am going to consider one particle having mass dm on a negative x-axis, the same particle should be present on opposite side, means positive x-axis at this point. It is just like reflection. Its reflection is on positive x-axis. Positive x-axis reflection is on negative x-axis. That's why the particles for every element dm of the rod at x, as an account of reflection, it is also located at minus x. Right? Then we can write the expression x equal to, we already know about this equation because we considered x-axis, x equal to 1 by m, x into dm. So this is equal to 0. Why it is equal to 0? Either you can consider y-axis or z-axis. But it is equal to 0 because it is at the origin. Origin means it is equivalent to 0. Because it is coinciding, or center of mass is coinciding exactly at the geometric center. Geometric center means origin. Origin means generally we can consider as 0. So you can take 1 by m integration of x into dm, or you can consider y-axis 1 by m y into dy, or you can consider z-axis z into dz. So this is always equal to 0 because it is at the center. Why it is lying at the center? Because on both sides mass and distances are equally distributed. This is also 2 centimeter. This is also 2 centimeter. We got exactly at the center. Center is a geometric center. It is origin. It is equal to 0. That's why center of mass of thin rod coincide with its geometric center. So this is one more question. Where is the center of mass of the thin rod? What is the answer? Center of mass of the thin rod is at its geometric center. This is all about center of mass. Center of mass position vector along x, y and z axis in the form of summation, in the form of integration. And at last we studied center of mass of thin rod. So this is all about center of mass, and this is very important concept. So in the next class, we can study about motion of center of mass.